North Carolina, officials are on the hunt for the shark or sharks responsible for 2 violent attacks at the same beach this weekend. Now ABC's Matt Gutman ventures into those dangerous waters to find out why these encounters are on the rise.
There's a girl whose hands been bitten off by a shark. We need an ambulance right away.
These are the frantic 911 calls. Beachgoers recounting the horror of this weekend's shark attacks.
Somebody's been attacked by a shark. His arm is gone.
A young girl and a teenage boy brutally bitten by sharks, losing limbs in waist-deep water just 20 yards from shore.
What is it? A shark?
It's bit a man's arm off. 66th Street.
Okay, it bit a man's arm off?
Yeah, he's bleeding out. We need an ambulance.
The first attack at 4:12 p.m. These photos showing this 12-year-old girl face down in the sand after a shark bit into her left arm and leg. Bystanders dragging her to safety, desperately working to save her life. Onlookers watching in horror. Roughly an hour and a half later, another shark attack just 2 miles away. This time, a 16-year-old boy attacked as he was waving to his friends. In an instant, disaster struck. Randy Milligan saw every horrific moment.
The shark's head came out of the water?
Yeah, out of the water and grabbed his left arm and took it off.
You don't think it's going to happen. And then when we actually heard it did happen, you know, it was just total devastation.
Both teens were airlifted to a nearby hospital and tonight are in stable condition. Now, from both sea and air, there is a frantic search for the aggressive predator. And the sheriff's office telling us if they spot those sharks, they are authorized to shoot them, the hunters now being hunted. Today, we got our own bird's eye view.
You can still see a bunch of folks on the beaches down there, but don't seem to be going much deeper than they're using that water.
The sheriff's office says there was a sighting. May have been a shark, may have been something else.
In the water, this photo, those fins peeking above the surf. We go out with Sheriff John Ingram for a closer look, right into the very waters where those shark attacks happened.
We spotted a couple of sharks close to the surf that were about 7 foot long.
About the approximate size that people think may have attacked the kids yesterday?
Well, it's certainly similar to the size.
It all seems so ominous now. This quiet North Carolina town where visitors are welcomed by this giant fiberglass shark. Chris Anselmo has been the fire chief here in Oak Island for the past 16 years.
Have you ever encountered an incident where you've had 2 shark attacks of that kind of severity in the same day?
I have not encountered in my 16 years one shark attack.
Despite the attacks, the beaches remain open. Authorities warning people to swim with caution.
Avoid swimming in dirty or murky water. Please do not go into the water if you had a bleeding cut.
But still today, we find a pair of swimmers willing to test the waters.
You don't think it's dangerous?
It is, but you know, I'm not going to let a shark rob my my fun, you know. And you spot that telltale dorsal fin, get the heck out of there.
These attacks mark 4 incidents on the Atlantic coast in just 2 weeks, and the 3rd attack in just 4 days in this stretch of sand along the North Carolina coast. In fact, last Thursday, just 30 miles away, a shark attacking a young girl. You can see the frisbee-sized bites right there on the boogie board. The danger is real, and the fear may be just as heart-stopping today as it was in June 1975, when the movie Jaws first crashed into our psyches. 40 years later, scientists are still searching for answers on the behaviors of these mysterious animals.
The Great White's Polaris Breach.
Shark Week on Discovery feeds our fascination with majestic up-close images of one of the ocean's most dangerous predators. Marine biologist Greg Scomal says though shark attacks are quite rare, there are still details to be gleaned from clues left behind.
You really take the approach of crime scene investigation, looking at what the shark left behind in terms of marks on the victim. That'll give you a sense of perhaps the size of the shark. The location will give you a sense perhaps of the species involved.
Hey! Get out of the water!
Get out shark! Of the water! This is the terrifying moment a great white attacked swimmer Steve Robles, who was out in the water for an early morning swim.
You could just hear everything crunch. I was staring at this shark eyeball to eyeball.
Fellow swimmers and surfers rushed Robles ashore on this blood-stained surfboard.
It was the most frightening thing anyone could ever experience.
When we talk about many shark interactions between, people and these animals, we're basically invaders into an environment that we haven't evolved in.
I saw firsthand how sharks can quickly misinterpret our actions.
We're simulating a normal person getting dumped in shark-infested waters. Trick is we have chainmail to protect us. Don't try this at home.
You ready?
No.
Off we go.
I just landed on one.
We jump in and immediately are swarmed by a frenzy of reef sharks.
They are just bumping us right and left.
Most of them over 10 feet long. And while experts say sharks don't hunt humans for food, sometimes we can be mistaken for it.
And if we're on top of the water thrashing,
yep,
that's potential food.
Right.
Stuff in the face. If they come in, and it becomes an attack.
Yep.
Experts say if you find yourself in a shark attack,
you're gonna strike them.
All right.
Quick, fast, punch down, and that way you're gonna guarantee you're gonna hit them somewhere around here, and they don't like that.
So it's the eyes, it's the gills, it's the nose, the snout.
Exactly, man. This is where all their sensory stuff is concentrated. Okay. All you can do is fight and let them know I'm not going down easy.
Within minutes, the sharks are all over us. And it's a fight to keep them off.
The best thing for me right now is fending them off with my feet. Kind of like that one.
Yeah, you do the best you can to keep them off of you.
But it doesn't always work. Oh. The sharks keep coming. Watch this. One going right over my head.
Ready? Let's get in.
With summer beach season just getting underway, the search continues along the Atlantic coast for those sharks and for answers on how to prevent future attacks. For Nightline, I'm Matt Gutman in Oak Island, North Carolina.